your boy young I give him that thing. Punch leg stay the punchy America. Banyi dual ban punch leg stay the punchy America. Banyi dual ban wo ko jile kankar watan wachin. Oga level leg gear kwa oga leg panda wadiya punchy America. Banyi dual ban chingitongo pandon kujwera baya cheka. Pagu panda juru wadiya bi dual ban. Panchi America, Panchi Dual, Pancha Legacy.
Hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are tuning in to Lagos State Media. Today, August 13, 2011. The purpose of the show tonight, we have announced it last time. So we welcome all of you. Share the video and you join us for this very important message we need to deliver to our brothers and sisters. My co-host, Agardeng Mabok Fadal, and welcome our audience and greet them as well.
Thank you, my brother Isaac Chengfol. Thank you, and all the audience, wherever you are, wherever you are tuning in. We thank you all, and you can catch up with the topic. It's just down there. You can read it and understand what are we talking about tonight, this morning, this afternoon, wherever you are. And thank you all, our brothers who are with us in Lagos State Media Team. Thank you all. Our brother Madin Majak, Paul Makur, Peter Kane, and the rest of the teams. Thank you all. Back to you, Isaac.
All right, thank you so much, Agar, and all the viewers. Our main purpose here, guys, we are here to come and ask our brothers of Splm IO who has defected under leadership of Riek Machar. We are asking to refrain from the war. We don't need another bloodshed or another South Sudanese losing life for no cost. So that is the calls we are here. We are calling for a dialogue, a peaceful dialogue to happen between this camp of Iowa. So I will play this video of Minister in the President's office.
Before you play that video, Isaac, before you play that video, my brother Isaac Chingfol, I will put a little bit. It's not just only IO, even including our government, which is a government of South Sudan, and the IO, and all the rest of the parties. We don't need any more war. We just need anything to come together and we sit down and we talk as people of one nation, which is called South Sudan. We don't need bloodshed anymore. Whether you are any party, whether a party has been created today, not even yesterday, we need to come together and sit down and discuss all these issues, my brothers and sisters of South Sudan. Thank you, Isaac. Back to you.
I thank you so much, Hagar, for that Kelma Idafa. It's something good. Yeah, we are calling for all South Sudanese. The meaning of what I mean are all South Sudanese, whether in the government or in the opposition. We don't need to lose any life. So let's listen to the outcome of the meeting when the president called his cabinets, especially the presidency meeting. What did they say?
Come in, manganese, and discharge any interference in the implementation of the revitalized peace agreement. The presidency calls for the immediate unification of command of forces and directs the first vice president, Dr. Riek Machar, and the vice president, Hussein, a call to present their list of nominees for the unified command to the president. The unified command will include the SSPDF, the South Sudan National Police Service, and the National Security Service, the National Prison Service and Wildlife Service, and the Civil Defense Forces.
The meeting of the presidency was conducted in a collegial manner as prescribed by the revitalized agreement on the resolution of the conflict in the Republic of South Sudan. And the meeting was attended by the first Vice President, His Excellency Dr. Riek Machar, and Their Excellencies Vice Presidents, Dr. James Wani Iga, Hussein Abdelbagi Akol, Taban Dengai, and Rebecca Nyandeng Demabio. Also in attendance were the Presidential Advisor on Security Affairs, Honorable Tut Galwak Manime, and the Minister of Presidential Affairs, Honorable Barnaba Marial Benjamin. The purpose of the meeting was to discuss the recent Kit Gwang declaration by the breakaway members of the SPLM-IO, led by General Simon Gadwidwal and General Johnson Olony, and the violent clashes in McGuinness, Upper Nile State. That was the purpose of the meeting, to discuss this crisis within the SPLM-IO. After thorough deliberation, the presidency strongly directs for the immediate cessation of hostilities between the SPLM-IO forces under the command of Dr. Riek Machar and the breakaway SPLM-IO forces under the command of General Simon Gadwidwal. 2, the presidency calls for calm in McGuinness and discourages any interference to the ongoing implementation of RRCs. Furthermore, the presidency encourages the parties to the RRCs to adhere to the spirit of peace, reconciliation, and healing. Number 3, the presidency directs the Security Supervision Mechanism, the SSM, and the Ceasefire Transitional Security Arrangement Monitoring and Verification Mechanism, which is the CTSAM-VM, to visit the areas of conflict. That is, they have to visit McGuinness in order to maintain calm and prevent any further violence. The presidency wants the violence to stop and people discuss issues amicably. Number 4, the presidency directs the SPLM-IO forces under the command of Dr. Riek Machar and the breakaway forces under General Simon Gadwidwal to observe a reasonable distance in order to safeguard against any further violence. That is, there must be separation of forces. They should not stay in one place, because if they would stay in one place, they will continue to fight. And that will lead to loss of life, which the presidency doesn't want to see. Number 5, the presidency calls on the Joint Defense Board, JDB, the Joint Transitional Security Committee, which is the JTSC, and the Joint Military Ceasefire Commission, which is the JMCC, to visit the training centers and cantonment sites under the supervision of the National Transitional Committee. The National Transition Committee has to take these organizations to visit these places, especially cantonment sites and training sites, to enlighten the forces there and to prevent any further violence. The risk of violence. There is no violence there, but we prevent any risk. Number 6, the presidency calls for the immediate unification of the command of the forces. and has directed, His Excellency President Salva Kiir Mayardit has directed First Vice President Dr. Riek Machar Teng and Vice President Hussein Abdel Baghi Akol to present the list of nominees for the Unified Command to His Excellency President Salva Kiir Mayardit. These two organizations, they have to present the names of their nominees who will be a part of the unified forces that needs to be formed immediately. The Unified Command will include the South Sudan People's Defense Forces, 2, the South Sudan National Police Services, 3, the National Security Services, 4, the National Prison Service, 5, the Wildlife Forces, and finally 6, the Civil Defense Forces. Finally, His Excellency President Salva Kiir Mayardit directs the parties to the revitalized agreement on the resolution of the conflict in South Sudan to endeavor to resolve conflicts amicably, peacefully, in order to ensure the safety and security of the citizens of the Republic of South Sudan. You know, when these forces fight, they actually kill our citizens, they kill their people, innocent civilians. They get caught across the crossfire, and this leads to a great suffering of children, women, old people, young people dying, and this must stop. And that is the message of the president.
That's all what we have heard from the Dr. Barnaba Marial Benjamin. It's a good call, and that is the reason we are here to share with you, to add in our voice as well, to call for the peace and reunification of this camp on all our brothers who are not happy and they break out from the party of IO. They are parties of who signed the peace agreement that we are enjoying in Juba, and we don't need another bloodshed, or we don't need somebody dying again. So while we going ahead and waiting for the people.
Hallelujah, hallelujah. I get the song number one, Shaman sign, run to Southern and fire. Salam, Shaman. I'm on the room, trying to make it on. I said, yeah, I'm not. Hallelujah, hallelujah. I get the song number one, Shaman sign, run to Southern and fire. Salam, Shaman. I'm on the room, trying to make it on. I said, yeah, I'm not. Salam, Shaman. Salam, Sudanese. Salam, comprehensive peace agreement. Salam, Shaman. peace agreement. Salam 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 Itana Murubale Sudan. Comprehensive peace agreement. Salam Salam Comprehensive peace agreement. Salam 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 Itana Murubale Sudan. Salam Jacha, Salam Tana, Yeshabi, Yesutan Nagimana, Salam Bibelanda, and Latis, Malama, Yagan, Salam Jacha, Salam Tana, Yeshabi, Yesutan Nagimana, Salam Bibelanda, and Latis, Malama, Yagan, Salam Sham, Salam Tana, Murubale, Sudan. Comprehensive peace agreement. Salam Shalom. Salam Shalom. Comprehensive peace agreement. Salam Shalom. Salam Itana Murubale Sudan. Shalom. Comprehensive peace agreement. Salam Shalom. Salam Shalom. Comprehensive peace agreement. Salam Shalom. Salam Itana Murubale Sudan.
Very good song. Thank you so much, my brother, great artist, Duop Purduop is one of the leading artists also in South Sudan. We don't need to spoil this RRSC peace agreement that was signed in Khartoum last year. We need peace to come for our people to get rest at this time. So thank you so much. And now we are calling to refrain those who are planning to fight again. We don't need our civilians to be caught in the fire and those who will lose their life, hunger here. That's what we don't need at this stage. Let united and let dialogue. If there are any some mistakes or any issues, they should be discussed within the party, and we discuss them and solve it amicably without bloodshed. That is the reason we are up here to share this call with all of you. For those who are interested to join us, you can come in and give your voice also to the government and to the party of IO of Dr. Riek Machar. Agar, go ahead.
Thank you, Brother Isaac Chiengful, and the rest who are watching in different places. Thank our viewers for this program tonight in Australia, and this morning in America and USA, and afternoon back home, which is our nation, South Sudan, and the whole Africa. We are just calling here, guys, to let you know that whoever in the different parties and our government, which is the government of South Sudan, we are calling for all of you guys that we need to sit down as one people, one nation, and we talk our issues instead of fighting every year, every month, every day. We don't need that one anymore. That's why we are here tonight in Australia. It's 11 p.m. For me here in Adelaide, and for my brother Isaac Chengfol, which is uh, the host of this show tonight. Is 11:30, 30 something even in his state. So, and the rest who are watching in different places, we are just here to let you guys know that we need to talk Talking is the peaceful things that people can do to achieve something that is called love, that called unity. But we cannot be fighting every day, every month, every year, every 3 years, every 5 years to make sure that we can achieve something that is called establishment or development in our country. If there is some issues, we have to come together and discuss all these issues. Whether you have your own party and you have any issues with the government, or government have some issues with you too, you need to come forward and contact the government, which is your government too, and tell him or tell her that I don't like this and I need this and this and this. That what I'm fighting for it, or that what I was fighting for it. So my brothers and sisters, please come forward, and we need something that called dialogue. And we all know in the diaspora here, nobody carry a gun to fight to achieve something. We all come together and sit down, and you claim your right through dialogue. We all know that. And we
Yeah.
need our government in South Sudan to understand that if anybody comes up, for example, I came up and I say, my government or my leader, this is going wrong, you need to understand that. If you don't understand that, that's why some people they carry a gun and go in the bush and say that I'm a rebel or something like that. So I will stop here, Jack, and I will give back to you the floor. And you guys are welcome. This is the forum that we can discuss everything within our beautiful nation called South Sudan. Please come up, whether you are in Juba, you are in Kenya, Uganda, Egypt, Khartoum, or diaspora here, come up please and say your opinion and put it up. All this will be put it into uh, conversation through our nation called South Sudan, and there
Kalas.
will be answers. Thank you.
That's good. Thank you so much, Hagar.
South Sudanese President Salva Kiir and his rival Riek Machar on Monday expressed their hope in Khartoum to put an end to the civil war that has ravaged their country for 5 years. The two leaders met in Khartoum, their first encounter in the Sudanese capital and northern neighbor since the conflict began. Kiir and Machar met at the Khartoum Conference Center in the presence of Sudanese President Omar al-Bashir and Ugandan President Yoweri Museveni. The talks follow an East African regional summit sponsored by Ethiopia that ended without a breakthrough, while the UN gave until the end of June to the rivals to reach a viable political agreement threatening sanctions.
I came to this conference with an open mind, and I really hope that my brother, Dr. Riek Machar, have come also with the same mindset for dialogue. So I have come to really bring the unnecessary war in our country to an immediate end. And I hope Dr. Riek Machar is ready to see my point.
South Sudan gained independence from Sudan in 2011. The country went into a civil war in late 2013 when Kiir accused his former vice president Riek Machar of plotting a coup. The conflict has left tens of thousands dead and millions displaced. Hundreds of thousands have found their refuge in Sudan, according to the UN.
All right. Yeah. Here is the things that are happening. We have heard the speeches of the leaders.
Have asked President Yoweri Museveni to help convince Salva Kiir to abide by the peace agreement. Uganda's President Museveni is a close ally of South Sudan's President Salva Kiir. President Museveni has been taking a leading role in the peace process in South Sudan. Ugandan troops went into South Sudan to fight alongside government forces. When the war broke out, the forces have since withdrawn.
You will recall that when we signed on the 17th of August, it took President Salva 9 days to append his signature on the agreement. President Museveni had played a very important role in persuading him to sign it. So we think this time President Museveni should come in and assist us so that President Salva sees the reason that it cannot be him who would violate the peace agreement that he has appended his signature to.
Machar accuses Kiir of violating key provisions in the peace deal. The two leaders have not agreed on the number of states to be created, which Machar said is a stumbling block in the formation of a unity government.
The debate of 28 states to us is irrelevant because the peace agreement talks only of 10 states.
Brother,
yes.
I just need to tell our brother here just a little bit of clarification. My brother, Simon Deng. Simon Deng, we are the media, which is called legacy media. And we don't support the government, we don't support the rebel, we support the people of South Sudan, who is telling us the truth. So I don't know where did you get that idea from, that we are not supporting the rebel. Who's the rebel? We support whoever come up with the truth. So that truth, we can forward it to our people, which is South Sudanese civilians. Thank you, Isaac. Go on. Unmute yourself, Isaac. Unmute yourself.
I'm just talking, and I didn't know that I am muting myself.
That's okay. Yeah, you mute yourself. Yeah.
It will not start it from nowhere. It will start from us, especially those who are highly divided. They are the people in diaspora. They are not people back home. If we are not united here in diaspora, we will never, those at home, we cannot unite them. And that's why we came up to call for unification and restraint for the fighting not to erupt again. So please, we as a media, we are not here to support government. We are not here to support rebel. We are a media. We are just neutral. We are a voice of voiceless. We are the voice of any South Sudanese. Celebration that we have heard and we have seen the other last year when the peace was signed. It was really joyous and brought relief. We are tired of being called refugees all the time. We have refugees in Ethiopia, we have families in Sudan, and we have others in Kenya and Uganda. We need this peace to prosper such that our people return back home. And those also who are in UNAMIS camp to come out from UNAMIS camp and they look after their life. Farmers should just start farming. So why do we like tightening things hard or causing the problem? So please, guys, listen to us and join us for this call.
ممكن نقول إنه رئيس سلفا لو جينا بيده يجي يمسكنا ويودينا في بلو هاوس، لكن من أجل السلام لا بد إنه you have to sacrifice. So we came here as SUA to register our commitment to the peace agreement we signed in September this year. We will honor our part. We will honor our part, and we will work hand in hand with other groups to make sure that that dark history is a foregone past. Today, we are here to make another commitment for peace. And I have some few messages. We are happy that all of you who have been suffering, the downtrodden people of South Sudan are here today to witness our commitment as political leaders and as political parties that your suffering will no longer go on. And to do that, we must do a number of things. And our message as SUA to the warring parties is that let us stop the war by silencing the guns. Let us fully commit ourselves to the implementation of this agreement. أنا أول حاجة عايز أشكر الرئيس الفقير لأنه وجه دعوة لنا كلنا في المعارضة عشان احنا نجي نحتفل معاكم هنا في جوبا. في أول قلنا والله القانون الاتفاقية بقول احنا بنمشي جوبا بعد 8 شهور، ولكن لو في احتفال زي ده يا اخوانا ده منو ما بيجي. نحن لازم نجي، ليه؟ لأن لو جينا بعد 8 شهور بعد منكم هيقولوا والله يا اخي الناس دي ما عايزين سلام. نحن عايزين سلام، قلبنا في سلام زيكم. أصلا لما نحن بنشوفكم بعض منكم هناك برقصوا، وزادوا ما فاضي بالكلام اللي احنا عايزين نقوله هنا، بس عايز يسمع كلمة واحدة: أنا في سلام. جزول التعبان ويمكن جاء من الصباح هو عايز يسمع سهل الجماعة ديل هيجوا طيب احنا جينا أول شيء احنا عايزين نأكد لكم السلام ده في قلبنا، نحن عايزين ننفذ السلام ده. نحن عايزين نأكد لكم
أن إننا إرادة سياسية قوية جدا لأن بلدنا دي ترجع للسلام. هسه إذا في زول ما جاء في ميدان الحرية ده قولوا أولا أنا شفت بعيني لأن في ناس بيفتكروا وأنا ما ممكن أجي بالأحداث اللي حصلت في 2016. زول طلع وطلوع كان صعب، كان صعب. بدأ أهم شيء نحن وقعنا اتفاقية سلام. أنت هتكون عندك جيش موحد، جيش ما يسيطر على قبيلة واحدة، جيش كلكم يمثلكم. هيكون عندك شرطة موحد يعكسنا. قبل لما جيتوا هنا مارينا أمام الروسة قبائلكم برقصاتكم تقاليدكم، شوفوا وريتوا الناس. نحن عايزين الوحدات بتاعتنا كل وحدة حامل سلاح تعكس نفس التشكيل اللي قبل شفناه. ده في الاتفاقية ده موجود. بعدين في الاتفاقية دي قالوا لك نحن ندير اقتصادنا بصورة كويسة، ما هتكون فيها فساد. ده لأن نحن ما عايزين 3 نفر يقوموا حاجات في جيبهم. أحسن إذا عندنا حاجة، إذا بلدنا ده فيه ثروات، يمشي في المدارس، يمشي في المستشفيات، يمشي في شوارع، يمشي في كل، عشان كلنا نبقى مرتاحين. نحن عايزين قبل أنا شايف الناس بيكتبوا ولاياتهم. نحن عايزين نقوي النظام بتاع الحكم. مطلب بتاع الجنوب من زمان نظام فدرالي. الاتفاقية ده هيجيب لكم النظام الفدرالي. الباقي ده هيجي يشرحوا لكم
الأخوة، التآخي، المحبة.
Today, we all came to celebrate the signing of the revitalized peace agreement and to express the support and commitment of our countries to work together with the South Sudanese government to achieve peace, stability, and prosperity for the people of South Sudan. In the search of peace and a lasting resolution of the conflict, Egypt has chosen to endorse the path of negotiated settlement in South Sudan since the eruption of the conflict in 2013. We also undertook to implement a comprehensive humanitarian assistance program that started in January 2014 and continue to provide food, shelter, and medical assistance to our people of South Sudan. In addition, more than 7 medical convoys were sent to South Sudan to provide much-needed medical services. Nevertheless, the needs to the people of South Sudan are still great and imperative. Thus, we all join hands to ensure that the resources needed for the implementation of this revitalized peace agreement are made available, so as to assist the government of South Sudan to continue executing its duty and responsibility to implement the peace agreement and restore stability for all. We remain honestly committed to this noble cause. Egypt and South Sudan share close political, economic, social, and cultural relations based on a long history of cooperation and coordination on bilateral, regional and global issues. Even before the independence of South Sudan, Egypt has enjoyed excellent relations with the people of South Sudan in a wide array of fields.
مبروك السلام مبروك السلام المحبة.
An event not only to celebrate the signing of the revitalized agreement on the resolution of the conflict in the Republic of South Sudan, but also an event to see the South Sudanese parties who have been in conflict for the last 5 years repent on what they have been in and vow that they will never go back to it. Dear people of South Sudan, particularly the most affected and vulnerable women of this country, children, youth, and the elderly who have borne the brunt of the protracted conflict, you should congratulate the South Sudanese parties for finally choosing peace over conflict, development and prosperity over destruction, bright future over years of agony. We are all heartened by the new spirit forged by all conflicting parties. We also urge the South Sudanese parties to keep the promise that they gave in Addis Ababa on the 12th of September 2018 when they signed the revitalized peace agreement. We celebrate today an event of trust building among the parties and the people of the Republic of South Sudan. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, even though IGAD has worked thoroughly to push the parties to have a common position towards signing the revitalized agreement on the resolution of the conflict in the Republic of South Sudan, the commitment of the Sudanese parties was very crucial. On behalf of the IGAD chairperson, I would like to thank and congratulate the Transitional Government of National Unity and the opposition parties for their commitment for peace.
As a signatory to the peace deal, this celebration gives me immense hope that protracted disagreements and tension is finally over. This clearly shows that South Sudan is committed to revitalized agreement on the resolution of conflict. This is indeed a momentous occasion. It's a noble cause that's intended to bear the fruits of harmony, coexistence, and sustainable peace and prosperity for South Sudan and indeed for our region. I applaud IGAD's collective efforts, President al-Bashir and President Yoweri Museveni's commitment and dedication, and all those who made the agreement possible. A peaceful and prosperous South Sudan means progress for the entire region. Excellencies, please allow me to share a little bit of history with you about Somalia. We have been through the ugly effects of civil war and conflicts. We had witnessed decades of war. We know what it caused and consequences, the death and destruction, the refugees and displacement, the breakdown of government and institutions. We are still reeling from the effects of prolonged conflicts. Civil war is the worst thing that can happen to a country, and more so to a country as young, as unhopeful as South Sudan. The real cause of peace is known to be one who has lost it. Even as we celebrate this remarkable agreement of peace, let's all remember that no deal is always perfect. No arrangement is without flaws. No negotiation is perfectly balanced. That's why the real test of leader is to have the nobility to make concession and put this country and his people first. In Somalia, it took us nearly 2 generations to put our house in order. In our period of chaos, the world did not wait for us. Countries prospered, multilateralism expanded, and neighbors developed. And now we are realized that we need to double our effort and speed up development effort to make up for the years that we lost during the Civil War. I would not wish the same for our brothers and sisters in South Sudan. You have shown a great statesmanship in coming together to end the protracted conflict. I urge you to join hands to steer your country into the right path towards peace and development.
نحن حقيقة سعداء لأنكم أنتم سعيدين، ونحن مبسوطين وفرحانين لأنكم أنتم مبسوطين وفرحانين، لأنه زي ما عارفين إحنا كان عندنا موقف واضح جدا، موقف من السلام. وأنا زي ما بقول دائما إحنا ضحينا بوحدة السودان عشان سبب واحد، هو السلام. السلام اللي بيجيب الأمن والطمأنينة لكل مواطن في جنوب السودان والسودان. واتذكر تماما بعد توقيع اتفاقية السلام في نيروبي في 2005، أنا من نيروبي جيت الميدان ده ووجدت الحشود هنا في الميدان ده، واحتفلنا مع بعض لتوقيع اتفاقية السلام، والتزمنا بالاتفاقية وطبقناها بند بند وحرف في حرف لغاية ما وصلنا مرحلة الاستفتاء. وقبل الاستفتاء ب5 يوم أنا جيت جوبا، وناس كثيرين كانوا خايفين، بل ناس كثيرين كانوا موقنين تماما أنا حاجي جوبا وهقول ما في استفتاء. لكن جيت جوبا ومن جوبا أعلنت أن الاستفتاء حيكون في مواعيده، ونحن حنكون ملتزمين بنتيجة الاستفتاء، لأنه نحن ادينا الخيار النهائي للمواطنين في جنوب السودان أن يختاروا بين الوحدة أو بين الانفصال، وكان خياركم الانفصال ونحن أيدنا، وجينا تاني احتفلنا معاكم هنا، وكانت أول دولة تعترف بحكومة استقلال جنوب السودان، وأول سفارة كانت سفارة السودان. لما حصلت المشاكل كان عندنا موقف واضح من أول يوم. نحن كنا مع إيقاف الحرب، كنا من أول يوم مع المواطن الجنوبي، وقلتها أنا للشعب السوداني أن المواطنين من جنوب السودان لما يجوا السودان ما لاجئين، هم نازحين في وطنهم. نحن شعب واحد موجود في دولتين، ما في معسكرات لاجئين. دي المواطنين من حقهم أنه يتحركوا في كل موقع.
I congratulate the parties, His Excellency Salva Kiir, representing the SPLM in government, and Dr. Riek Machar and the others representing the opposition. Thank you very much for attending to logic in the end. and signing this peace agreement. Actually, you were speaking Arabic with the President Bashir, which I was not following. But actually, there's what we call Kidi Rego. Kidi Rego. I'm told that in Dinka, it would be called Alel or Kur. I don't know what you call it in your Arabic, because you're Arab. Me, I'm not an Arab. I don't know how you'd call it, but it means the grinding stone. The grinding stone. That grinding stone is normally very heavy. When you carry it, it is heavy. And the people of South Sudan, for almost 4 years now, have been carrying the kid Lego of war and conflict. And now you have put it down. And we have performed ceremonies here. We have won ceremonies of peace. And African ceremonies are very, very serious. There's what we call joke in Acholi. The spirits. I don't know what you would call them in Dinka.
It's called joke. Almost the same.
If you make a ceremony in African traditions and you go against it, the joke will visit you and cause you problems. The spirits, the ancestral spirits. So I am sure this will be the end here of conflict in South Sudan. Some conflicts are necessary because you have no other way, but some are not necessary. Now, in your national dialogue, I'm sure you have been discussing whether this conflict was necessary or not, whether there was no other way. I'm sure in your national dialogue, which I know you have been having, you have been discussing this. But war is wasteful, as you know. You have lost a lot of development time.
In the spirit of promoting peace and stability in our beloved nation, I ask you all to join me in welcoming and congratulating Dr. Riek Machar and all the opposition leaders who have shown their commitment to the peace agreement by coming to celebrate it with us here today in Juba. Their presence is a very strong testimony and proof to all that war is ending and a new era of peace and prosperity is breaking. Please welcome them wholeheartedly and make them feel free and proud at home. We were very highly respected in the world, but we brought shame to ourselves by this war which we don't have any reason for it. Fellow citizens, allow me to personally thank you on behalf of the government and all of the parties to the agreement for your patience, perseverance, and resilience. You have endured immense suffering, and the weight of responsibility heavily falls on my shoulders as your president, and I deeply regret the physical, psychological, and emotional wounds you have undeservedly endured. As your president, I want to apologize on behalf of all the parties to the conflict as leadership requires acceptance of responsibility. Distinguished guests and compatriots, today marks the end of the war in the Republic of South Sudan. This war has been subjected to many analyses, and it has been given many names. For those of us who are caught in the middle of it, we know it was neither an ethnic nor an economic war, but rather a naked struggle for power with a complete disregard for constitutional order. It was a complete betrayal of our people and their liberation struggle. And this is what has warranted my apology to the people of South Sudan. The time for blame as to who started it is over. And those of us who consider ourselves leaders must accept the blame collectively and solemnly promise our people never to return them back to war again. I want to reiterate in front of all of you and in the presence of all the African and world dignitaries that the war in the Republic of South Sudan has come to an end. Dr. Riek Machar and I and all the opposition leaders who signed this agreement have forgiven each other, and we consciously decided to move this country forward, through the healing process. I personally forgave Dr. Riek Machar on the very day when his forces stormed the State House in Juba here. I also hope that Dr. Riek Machar has also forgiven me. And to forgive is not an act of cowardice. It is both a Christian obligation and inherently human.
And then finally, by the guards of the Prime Minister, then there is a meal and freedom. I am.
As we have seen and we have heard, the voices of the people of East Africa and neighboring countries, those who really participate to let peace come to South Sudan, which is a revitalized peace agreement. And that revitalized peace agreement was signed by who? By Dr. Riek Machar Teng. And if Riek has signed that peace agreement, I can't see the reason of removing him now with his signature will take us back to another problem or another level, because the thing that the both parties has negotiated, maybe whoever will take over might be disagreeing with some need to change other things. And that's why we are asking both sides, the IG, the government of the Republic of South Sudan, and the party in opposition to restrain from the war, and they use dialogue to discuss the issue. If they have a mandate or if they have a constitution of their party that can detail how they can change their leader, they can go back and discuss that one as a conference. They call a nation their conference. They come together and discuss it peacefully. If they remove React peacefully, whoever come up will come and be swearing and carry on with the peace agreement. You, all of you, we have witnessed how jubileans the South Sudanese were when the people are going to the stadium to celebrate the peace. Everybody is happy, but now people are in fear. When we had rebellions or the disposal of the leader of IO, that thing scared people. And I don't need that to happen again, to have another people dying. That's the reason Lagos State Media is here. So thank you so much for watching and attending this show. I will give it back to my brother Agar Degmabok, Izafia Yakilma Idava, to add in. I am happy all of you have witnessed how this peace came way long up to here.
Thank you so much, my brother Isaac Chingfol, and all the viewers. Thank you all wherever you are tuning in. First of all, I just need to go to those people who are complaining about Lagos State Media. Lagos State Media is not belong to two communities or three or one community or even fourth. Why I say that? Because for us as Lagos State Media team, we did not receive any application, whether from Equatoria or from Jungule or from Upper Nile or from anywhere, wherever you are, because this job is voluntary, is not payable. That is the first thing that you guys have to know. If you complain about Lagos State Media and you didn't come and we rejected you, that means you are saying something else. I will stop there and I will go to those people.
Leave that one. Leave that part. I know this
No,
guy.
it has to be answered because the public, they don't even know about that.
Yeah,
But
Matiang,
if you
let
put
me
your
just
comment,
put it this way.
let me finish. Yeah, no, we don't need to mention anybody. We don't need to mention anybody.
No.
But yeah, that answer will be satisfied for those viewers.
Okay.
Because Lagos State Media, you need to come forward with your application and you say that I need to be here with you guys. And if you have been rejected, you will complain later on. But nobody, we didn't receive any application up to now. So we need to be honest, according to our viewers, according to our nation. Let's leave that one aside and we'll go on according to our show, what we were talking about. So this show, tonight's show is about our nation. That we don't need everything to be war every day or every month, every year. We are here to advise anybody who have created his own party or your army or any kind of revolution that you have been created, you need to come in dialogue instead of fighting. Thank you, Ajak.
I thank you, Agar. I appreciate your point that you made. For those who writing here, I think Abraham has been trying to answer his question. First of all, I need to be very honest with you, my brother. This media is not a community media. When you get that name called Lake State, doesn't mean it belong only for Lake State people. It belongs to all South Sudanese and the worldwide as well. We, in the near future, we will be broadcasting the international news as well. So if you didn't come with your application, as my brother put it, we tried last time to hand down, including your community where you come from, and you declined. You people, you declined to come in to be a part of this media because it's voluntarily. All of us here, we are working voluntarily. We are not paid, and that's the reason. So
and
you don't need to
contact everybody.
Yes, we did. So please, brother, this is not for only two communities, as what you are saying. No, it is. We are not a community media. Put it in your mind. We are not a community media. We are a media of South Sudan, a voice of anyone, including you yourself. So that's the message that I need to share with you. And I appreciate everybody for those who tune in and listen and and share their comments with us. And also, you take the message to the public that we need peace. At this time, we don't need war. That's the message that we.
Fakir mada salam, ya rubi salam. Onin biga tamam, biga murta, motoron anjil. Jalamnya, iyunume betalau, bejejen betalau. Abuba salamnya, mata kore jalamnya, mama salamnya. Take, ol fakir jalam take, yang majar jalam take, manika jalam take, tabandenga jalam take, ol fakir mada salam, ya ludu salam, onin biga tamam biga murta, motoron anjil, jalamnya, iyunume. Betalau, bejejen, betalau, abuba salamnya, mata kore jalamnya, mama salamnya. Salam take, pane konga salam take. Salam take, jadala salam take, aku jino bulung jalam take, Emmanuel adi salam take, tumkulu salam takun, intumkulu salam takun, etele kulum salam takun. Fakir mada salam, ya ludu salam. Onin biga tamam, biga murta, motoron anjil. Jalamnya, iyunume betalau, bejejen betalau. Abuba salamnya, mata kore jalamnya, mama salamnya. Salam take, kal menyang salam take, kal menyang salam take. salam taki ay jang mamur salam taki ay jang mamur salam taki dol fakir mada salam ya lude salam monin biga tamam biga murta motorona ngil salamnya iyunu me betalau bejejen betalau abuba salamnya matakore salamnya mama salamnya.
I thank you so much. Salam ja adil. Salam de zaja anuna mai zunukara botani. We need to hold it. We own it. We take care of it. Anu besibita kumhene anagirua. Femala nagi going somewhere and we'll be back. Maybe for those who our brother John Oshangu said is coming. We leave my brother Agar Deng Mabok to wait for you to log in. We have the link is pinned down somewhere in there. Join in. If you don't come in the time that you have mentioned, the co-host Agar Deng Mabok will close the show after that. So thank you so much. Agar Deng Mabok, pick up from here.
Thank you, my brother Isaac Chingfol. I will just wait for John Ocheng because he sent his request because we don't need to deny him, and then next time he will say I was denied. I will wait for him according to what he said that he will come in minutes. So I'm here waiting for you, John Ocheng, and then you will put on or you will add your opinion, and then after that we will close the show because it's too late for us here in Australia. It's morning already, which is 12:30 a.m., not p.m. So I will put a song so that I will be waiting for my brother because there are no one here in the studio with me.
Kuna yi ko ji pada yi ga tingu ke man ke kuji ya dai pai chi bai doi wi na yi ko nyong karya ruai yo ko irel ke yen wanda ruan cheki tino ke nya jin ru ka gun malo ai chiru tam na ya ke wil ko ke you bente an bida ya pai kuai bai ya kaman ya kenyelo.
Don't worry about the song. I'm just waiting for the people here.
Kwede piu ka chekan marwai kabing loi u general kwai ko churut gamarwai usat sayun gwenaro kenare madingor ranchi jwet gam macheria ran gam gen maton ni ta churut gokien na choke rotoinam puara kokor kapu dillo moy chediarun hey 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 aywa dirkabi albetin ikasalam di bona desha digeriko yusa busam ekir dia di promotion company selaka kuna abusam jangai lor kon jawi anu wele nong anu dong jelong mong dong kimo bayre dong mading do dong kimo dial mabula da dial dong kimo jang nyake abusam jangai lor kon jawi anu wele nong anu dong jelong mong dong kimo bayre dong mading do dong kimo dial mabula da dial dong kimo jang nyake
My Lora Gurjola Yang, a Tiruna number one, dear Ben Madinor. Young Ben Madinor, Madinora, Kate, can you find no good young no, but you'll be there for I kill. I'm a fire, walk up your skin. Madin Kulamer, Madin Kulijin,
Kadi brother Jibril.
Chingara jagar.
Ini jambu the red.
Woi, ini capek lora ya.
Okay.
Jadi.
Ai jambu acingan topik jamuk tini. Acin need bana berak tulen dongi. Nana kudu kabaja lo itu artin kubug wamada bug jaltit. Which is John Uchang. John Uchang, we are still waiting for you. So our brother Jibril Aled, he will go forward and put his opinion, or you can drop in whatever you want. Yeah.
لا قارش يعني ما أقدر أقول لي حاجة بس متعذب شوية ما أقدر أقول لي شيء.
متعذب Okay. Asap kaman lazim ikutu laana lama ntaji fi
متعذب شوية.
يا السلام عليكم.
جون شيخ مالك.
السلام ورحمة
وين
الله.
برو؟ سلامات.
أخبارك؟
كلنا قبلوا على الحاجة أجري. Thank you so much. Thank you. Malcolm itu mamul wajere video they shot kida then you want to leave.
والله
Because
ما
it
في
was
حاجة
just
كده
only
يعني.
brief message. Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, I just say because I saw the documentary that you put, I thought maybe it is the new reunification of the SPLM party after this breakdown of the commanders. So I was thinking that maybe this is new, but this is the old one. But anyway, it's a good topic too. But in my opinion, real actually, you put it really truly that if IO like the recent declaration of Johnson Olony and Simon, if they really declare that they dismiss Riek Machar, these things will take the peace back. This is one. Riek Machar will lose his ticket of being a first president because he's there by the ticket of IO. And then the members of parliament that was nominated also by Riek Machar will not be effective because if IO is being destroyed, then the peace will not be valid. Even the rest of implementation will not be working. So, but when you try to see also in the way of IO by themselves alone, disagreement among themselves is not really something easy to be fixed. This is just my observation. It's not really something to be fixed, according to them, because they have already reached to sharing blood. Now, the peace that is holding in South Sudan, I want to really know, like from you, Lake State Media, is the peace really holding this Khartoum Accord? It is really holding, or is he in coma or dead? Now, as we are seeing Juba now.
Okay, brother John, thank you for that question. I will just put my opinion. I will not go for the real question that you have asked because I'm not part of the government and I'm not part of the IOT. I'm just a member of Lagos State Media who spread all the news to our nation, which is South Sudan. So my answer will be on Lagos State, not Lagos State Media, Lagos State, which is the Lagos State, as you know. Lagos State now, our governor is Rinpoche Mabur from Splm. And the deputy is Port Madid from IO. That means IO, who is IO? We all know who is IO. So, and now there are some people who are defecting from IO again, and they are saying a lot of things. That's why we are confused. Yeah, we came here to say that we need peace within South Sudan, because I'm from Lagos State, not Lagos State media. I'm from Lagos State, the real estate. And if I'm from Lagos State, the real estate, without something called Lagos State media, my governor is from IG and my deputy is from IO. And they are working together right now while I'm talking to you guys, our viewers and our brother John Osheng and Jibril Alet. And they are working together. They are doing one thing. They didn't fight. They did not fight to achieve something that called all this. So when we come here, we are advising. We are advising our people not to fight, but we sit down, something that called dialogue. We need to talk.
Let me say a bit something.
Go ahead. You denied yourself before you say I don't need to say.
Yeah, the reason because I didn't find exactly.
Okay, you can come up.
The good word, the word to motivate me to let me come up and say the word. Now, John Ushang, your reality take me back so far, which is, if I was thinking, it can be said like what we playing before. The Bugulu Labal Karasi. Lakin the Labal Karasi CSN. How many members in IO, in the party of IO? The members are not only the Olen and Gadwi. The members are not only the military. The members are not only the section who develop from the Nuer. Let me call them to come together and negotiate and resolve his issues within the IO. And then, if they want to change their leadership, the peace will remain. There is no any something is shown in the article, no? If the leader of the party has been dismissed, the members of the National Assembly have to be dismissed. The ministers in the ministerial, they has to be dismissed. The governors in the state has dismissed. Nothing.
Jibril, let me cut you off there. Let me cut you off there because IO party is not belong to Nuer only.
Yes.
It's not for Nuer only.
That's why I say this word. No one can dismiss anyone. This is the party. These two generals are the defect. IO will continue with his progress of the peace implementation in South Sudan. Unless either IO declare in generally, including the ministerial, including the MPs, the National Assembly, that they are break out from the peace, okay, that will be another, it has another question. And we can see from them what is the outcome of that negotiation. But let me hope that the peace is still in our home country. Our voice, let me call them to come together. That's the only we can say.
Okay. Jibril, sincerely speaking, all of us, this is what we have been always talking. We need peace in the country. We don't need violence. We need everything to be solved by dialogue. But the confusion, we are talking here about the confusion. Like what Agar put, Agar said they are here, they opened the show, actually, to discuss actually the ideas, and also to promote peace in the country. And then also for members also to come forward to contribute also ideas about this peace issue. All of us, we need peace. And in regard to you, Agar, like state media and other things, Agar, you yourself, you have right to champion all this, even include the peace, because Lake State, as a state itself, it is one of the worst regions in South Sudan. It is true that you need to be championing about, you have right to really talk about peace, as long as you have also right to promote peace also in Lake State media then also in the country. Okay, regarding the issue of the peace in Southern Sudan, this peace, the way I look at it, in the future, some of the things will not be implemented fully unless IO really regroup itself strongly, because the peace will not be strong enough. The peace will not be strong enough. And then, how many times will the peace be signed? Okay, Riak will be there. But in the future, if you try to see at it, as you have seen, many South Sudanese even, include some of the members of the IO a long time ago, or some members, you are seeing them, even in the social media, the way they are expressing their doubt to IO itself or to Riak itself. You find that this frustration to IO, it will make the peace itself to be very weak. So IO themselves, I wish if there was any member of IO here who is really supporting IO, and then he would have really just defended, explained to us really exactly that how will IO really regroup itself really to unite so that to make the peace strong. Because Olony and Simon, plus one of the guys also, one of the general who said himself,
Stephen Boy,
plus Stephen Boy. You know, these three generals, they are members of IO, and they are general of IO, and they are holding big position, and they are now creating havoc. So Riaki himself is not having any power in Bentiu. Have you seen this? In the area of Upper Nile, something like that, Riaki is already becoming weak, toothless.
The problem is this, John. The problem is this. Our people have to understand the meaning of coal party.
Democracy.
The party does not mean you are strong and you have a judge or you have a military.
That you become a leader, yes.
That you become a leader.
Yes.
They need to understand one thing. One thing is that when you have a party and people have nominated you to become a leader.
As a leader, correct.
As a leader, and then you will not be brought down by the power. You can be brought down. The party will come together and sit down.
At the same way they are nominating you.
This is what I said. This is what I said, Agar. This is what I said.
It's causing something that called violence. That's why we are here. Why it has to be violent.
And this is what I said, Agar. This is what I said. You cannot fix the IO. It is the IO members, me and you, plus Malok. We cannot fix IO. IO will be fixed by the members and supporters of IO.
Yes, that's correct.
If the IO members come together and then they harmonize, and then they are talking, they are sitting together, and then that will be a good thing. But right now, since
John,
there are differences.
John, sorry to cut you. Now,
go ahead.
Still, let we hope that not something much is happening in IO. IO still have the members are still holding the position. They are still in their own party. They are still in their own camp. That is called freedom of speech. That is starting of democracy. The democracy has been best delivered in South Sudan. The first time when the people are saying something like that, these are general. They are political. They are not politicians.
Malo.
They are military. Wait 1 minute. They are military. If they have something related to their own military powers, they have to sit and see and talking with us, Splm IO Bureau. They have it because it's a party. Let me give them the chance.
Malok,
we are not rushing. We are not rushing that the IO is weak, the IO is club, his IO is what? Let me give them the chance. The IO will fix their own problem. They have a lot of members, you know, and we hope
Jibril, there's nothing that cool. We have to give them a chance. As I said it, I said IO is not only Nuer people, include all the 64 tribes in South Sudan. Am I wrong, John?
You're right. You're right.
Okay. So we don't leave this one to Nuer only, because
Correct.
IO is not a Nuer party only.
Look here,
It's
look here,
Agar,
In this point,
Agar,
that's why I say IO is still holding the positions.
Agar, that is what I have said before. That is what I said here some few days ago. I said, you know what? We are trying to create a union of the nation.
Yep.
But in the real sense, when you go deeper, there's no union of the nation. And that is why South Sudan is having a problem.
Yeah, I agree.
There's no union of the nation. If there was a union of the nation, and all of us are patriotic, the people of South Sudan are patriot or nationalists, and they unite with a common voice, and then it would have been very easy to correct the government. Or it would have been even very easy for the government of South Sudan to understand the grievances of the people. Agar, to be sincerely, you have said that the IO is for the whole Southern Sudanese. It is true. It could be for the whole Southern Sudanese. But if you analyze it carefully, IO, with the interest that is there, the leadership could be using a general terms to the whole of South Sudanese. But majority of the supporters look IO actually
like from one color,
like one community. You know what? And then you go also, if IO was really like for the whole Southern Sudanese, why alone form Agwelek beside IO? Why Thomas Chirilo form Minasi beside IO? Why Asim Sunude? Why this guy Malong form his whatever beside IO? People forming different movement based on affiliations of the tribe and based on the support of the tribe. And then why other political party like those of Pagana Mum, like those of whatever? There's so many political parties. Why can't they able to come together? Why do they not able to come together so that to address the problem one? So that is why I doubt actually when you say that IO is for all, IO could be for everybody. But in real sense, it is really when you look at it into deeper, it will represent only a group of people. But actually within the interest, IO was real actually people were looking, even including the Dinka, the whatever, the Equatorian or whatever, they were all supporting IO. But after a long time, after a long run, most of the people come and withdraw themselves. They found that it is only addressing some interest of the group. So in sense, to me, like the peace that we have in Southern Sudan right now, Riyak can be a staying, like what you said, Riyak can be a staying. But the people who are remaining outside, the groups who are remaining outside, will be the same obstacle. And that is why we are always talking to people that there's no need of fighting. If you can fight, and then later on you sign an agreement, you go inside. You sign an agreement, you go inside. We, the people of South Sudan, will not take you seriously. Agar, you cannot go to the bush that you hate Malok. You know, you cannot go to the bush, you say that I'm fighting against Malok. And then after a few minutes, you go again and sign agreement with Maloki, and then your supporters here. That is what is causing a problem now to IO. You know? That is now what is causing a problem to IO. That is why I say to the people of Southern Sudan that no any leader in Southern Sudan should be taken seriously. Yajama. There should be no leader, Malok. There should be no leader in Southern Sudan should be taken seriously. Anybody who take any leader or rebel leader or whoever leader seriously, you are just wasting your time. Those people are in the bush not for the interest of the people of South Sudan. They are just only trying to fix their own stomach. As long as they sign the paper, they are giving ministerial posts. Even right now in Juba, what are you seeing since they enter? They only discuss bargaining position. There's no things to be discussed, Gary, the road construction. There's nothing to be discussed about education. There's nothing to be discussed about health, only bargaining position. So what time you, the people of Southern Sudan, these are the people that you say that they can bring change. None of those people will bring change. That was why we say that the people of South Sudan, for me, Agar, like for you now, you are the activists. Majority of you are activists. Malok, you are one of the people. We as people outside, we are the solution. Sometimes with the people together on the ground, we are a solution to the problem of the country. If we come together, if people come together, peace cannot be as strong when people are divided. Even the peace of IO cannot be as strong when people are divided. If people are united and people are really talking one language, I think peace will be very strong and violence will stop in South Sudan.
Yep.
Let me say this.
So to conclude, let me finish. To conclude, first of all, like what you said before, that the party is not only about having a strong army and all of this. I'm telling you, my brother, do you know SPLA is crew which day? SPLA is crew the day when SPLA observe that militia general who came from Khartoum last time during the peace.
Paulino
Matip. You know what? Since the time when SPLA, when Salva Kiir observed Paulino Matip with the militia Alkanu Wajibude, that was the beginning of the failure of SPLA. And people are starting realizing that, okay, if I have power, I will be observed. If I have power, I will be given this. So since that time, my friend, SPLA even who went to Juba during that time, destroyed, because Paulino Matip come with 1,000 of people, and his militias become even a national army of South Sudan. Become even a national army of South militia who are not well trained, some were civilian and all of this, they become a national army of the country. You know? And then arrangement even of SPLA, how to integrate the soldiers, arrange the soldiers, recruit the soldiers, and amulo downsizement with the soldiers. Ya to ya umma bukun fit the jesh, they bukun be fit with police. It was not there. Anybody just who was carry a gun in the bush, you are a soldier of SPLA. Anyone just who was carry a gun, whether you are Bukereng or Bukunita and Adana Vita Cable or Shino, you are Buyon White or Bess Kanek, Gataukura, Best Dumina. That was the beginning of SPLA. But SPLA really said that, okay. But SPLA said, okay, Paulino Matip, you came, Gali, you come inside, your forces have to be integrated, but they have to be retrained or have to be like this. But these guys just come like that. That was the beginning of SPLA. That was the beginning of the Salva Kiir administration failure. And then from there, people are starting saying, okay, if I go to the bush with more soldiers, and I come back, I think I will be given a position like a minister. And then people are starting going to the bush. And anybody who come back from the bush, you give a position. This is rewarding. This is rewarding of a ministerial position.
Like David Yao.
Like David Yao. He go to the bush. He become the chief. I don't know, the chief or whatever.
Chief administrator.
Chief administrator of Bibor. Then from there he become even the deputy of Kuala Manyang, something like that. Imagine.
Of Minister of Defense.
Minister of Defense. Imagine. And he came. He got a Minister of Defense. Now you find also like so many people, and that is why now even people like Malong, he went there, and when he come back and you put him to be in his position like whatever, everything will be over. Yajama, I think this was the beginning of SPLA failure by continuing observing people. Up to today, continue observing. I rebel, you observe me. I rebel, I come tomorrow, you join me. This is until when? This is why we have a problem in the country, you know? And then rebel also rebelling, Rebel also rebelling, they don't achieve any objective. At the end, they sign agreement. No? Now those of Malong, they are now discussing in Rome itself. Since they are now discussing in Rome, soon they will sign agreement. Where will they go? They will go to Juba. Will they bring the dead body?
John, do you know what confusing me as Agar, in my opinion, what confusing me all this time, we fought 21 years between the North and South. 21 years. And there were nothing that called a dialogue. A dialogue that time has been put it, maybe that is something that call is not successful. There are some many dialogues that have been created within that period of time, which is 21 years. And there were nothing have been achieved from it. Now we have achieved our country. We have achieved our country, which is called South Sudan. And when we achieve that one, it's not even 5 years or 8 years. And we created all these issues, rebels and different parties and blah, blah. And then whoever went out and come in again, you have to be a major or a commander or a vice president even.
You know, Agar, if those people
it wasn't there before. No, let me finish.
Okay.
Let me finish. Because all these things, you imagine all South Sudanese, all of us as South Sudanese, we need to imagine all these things. When we fought together, we fought for 21 years. 21 years. Does Bashir receive 5 vice presidents that time? No. Does he get 3 vice president or 2 vice president? No.
This is a problem.
Yeah. But now it's happening.
Agari, let me stop you from that point.
Go ahead, let him finish. It's a good point.
Yeah.
It's a good point.
All right. This is what happened.
Yeah. The debate or argument about everybody can come in. Yeah, you jump in.
Yeah. You know, this already people has been talking about it, and it's gone. Has been put in the reality.
It's not gone. It's not gone. That's why everything now is has to be every day.
Okay.
It's not gone. It's not gone. It's not gone.
Let me say. Let me say, if everybody, like what John said before, if you are a rebel and then you are willing to get the high position, all right, for Olin and Simon Gadwich, nothing left to them to not achieve the high position. If they are reality military,
I'm not talking about those people that you have been mentioning. I'm not talking about them.
You're talking about the South Sudanese at all. I know, and
in general, yeah.
You're talking about
the situation before all these people come up.
And that is the point here. Before لما كنا بنتكلم عن الانشقاقات اللي بيحصل. انشقاقات نتيجة عن القصور في الإدارة، مثلا لو إدارة الدولة ولا إدارة بتاع الحزب، إدارة حزبية.
But the reality
ما بنقدر على ندير الحزب بصورة أكمل.
But Jibril,
Jibril, we are not listening to you.
We are not getting you. Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, Jibril will be coming back. The thing is here, Agar. Yeah, the thing is here, Agar, is the problem that actually, to my observation, Salva Kiir is now a solution to the peace. It's not anymore, whatever. It's the solution to the peace. It's the one handling now the peace itself. Because the way I look at it, the peace that IO are really making is not actually that whatever. It's actually now Salva Kiir is the one handling the peace. The peace is under control of Salva Kiir. You know? So include even all these things. Suppose if it was really like like implementation of the peace to be faster all this period of time.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean by Salva Kiir is the one who is responsible about the peace right now?
Yeah, Salva Kiir is responsible for the peace now, because if you see the delayment of the delayment of all the include these things, security arrangement, appointment of whatever, opening of the whatever, it was delayed at the side. They all complaining that it is at the side of Salva Kiir who delayed it, until recently when he said okay. And then Riek also at the side, at his side, the division also among him make him delay, because he tried to appoint Olony to be something. But Salva Kiir said, no, I don't want Olony. You know, the government said, I don't want Olony. And that is now the delayment, the friction, and all of this. So the peace actually that we are talking today, we need actually peace as South Sudanese. But in reality, this peace is not as strong. My brother, it's not as strong. Let me tell you, it's not as strong. The peace, people have to come together. It's not a matter that Riek get a position, ministerial post given to him, he appointed the people. No, the people have to be satisfied with the peace. But now with the division of those people like this, I don't see really, to my opinion, I don't see really that the peace is very strong. I don't see the, secondly now, for example now with the issue of the first president Al-Kibel, it was the 5 people or 6 Jato. Now, for example, my brother, let me tell you, God forbid actually, I don't wish, but God forbid, if Salva Kiir has got a healthy problem, if God calls Salva Kiir, maybe accidentally, but God forbid it, if something happened accidentally, who is going to be the first president? Do you think that those 5 people, will they not fight?
They will fight.
Those 5 people will fight.
Yeah.
Those 5 people will fight. You know? And now with the historical things of Riek, people are complaining a lot that Riek should not be able to become a president. He has a bad record, the history and all of this. You know? Would there also other people, foreign neighboring countries also don't like also him in some ways also like that? Do you think that will it not bring a fight? It will bring a fight. Having this five first president, it is a confusion in the country. Now I'm hearing that a position of how do you call prime ministers is now opening in the country. Do you know that? Position of prime ministers. Because other people who are still behind, who are still signing agreement, or maybe in Rome, position of prime ministers will be given to them. First prime minister, second prime minister, third prime minister. So now, how many leaders are we going? Is it not a war by itself? Agar, my brother, I'm telling you that unity is the only solution. That was why I was saying that if we really try to reduce ourselves down, apart from the peace or whatever, let us reduce ourselves down. We try to champion unity of the people of South Sudan. If the people of South Sudan united, if the people of South Sudan united, even when they go to the ballot, they can vote without fighting.
Yeah.
Even if they go to the ballot, even if it means that they don't do anything, the unity of the people of South Sudan don't do anything. But if the election come and find people really prepare, understand the meaning of nationality, the meaning of the country, and they are really having a heart of living together, a heart of compromise. Election that people are talking that in 23 or 24. Election that people are talking that in 23 or 24 or 20 whatever, it will be successful. But with this division, do you think that election will not cause also another problem? That is why I said, I was calling all of you guys, I said all of you, let us humble ourselves down. To the issue of promotion, let us try to promote the unity of the people of South Sudan. You all already a leader, Agar. You all already a leader. Don't see like this. You and Abraham, you all already leaders. You are leaders. How many people follow you? millions of people follow you.
The important thing for our people, Brother John, is this, because they are even living in Western world like me now. We live in Western world, and then when we talk about our issues back home, someone will take a side. Are we taking a side here as Western world people? Because we have two homes right now. I'm talking to you. I'm a citizen of Australia and I'm a citizen of South Sudan at the same time. And instead of talking the truth to my people back home as South Sudanese, I will create something differently. And I know all the system within the Western world here, how the things goes. Instead of telling my brothers and my sisters back home, no division. You guys, you must follow something that called a system. A system is not creating by a person like me, Agar. I cannot create a system and people will come to me and call that Agar system. No.
Yeah.
It's called a government system or a party system. Whoever created his own or her own party, it belongs to that party, not a person. And our people, they have to realize that a party does not own by one person. It belongs to that group that called a party, maybe as PLMIO or as PLMIG or whatever kind of the party that has been created.
Agar, you were there. You were there. You were there when we were really trying to liberate South Sudan. Were we really having so many group of the people?
No.
Were we fighting by tribes?
Nope.
And that is why we are talking to the people of South Sudan that day. For me, actually, I'm not blaming again anybody or even the government or whoever. I'm not blaming anybody. I'm blaming the people of South Sudan. The people of South Sudan are the one causing suffering among themselves. Let them not blame any
I agree with you. I agree with you. Yeah.
Let them not blame.
If you don't know what you want,
you know,
that
let them not blame Gali and we blame Salva Kiir or even Riek Machar or even any leader or whatever. We blame the people of South Sudan themselves. The suffering of the people of South Sudan. It is the people of South Sudan who created it, my brother. Let me be honest. Let us be honest. Let us be honest. Because when you try to talk to me as a brother, I'm not understanding you. Instead, even I take you in a wrong way. Some people are already considering a tribe to be a nationality. No? A tribe to be a nationality.
And that's a very big issue.
And even greeting become even a problem. When you greet me, somebody there who hate me will say why Agar is greeting with Ochiang.
Yep.
You know? So this is a chronic disease of Southern Sudanese. The suffering of the people of South Sudan today is not under the leaders. It is the people of South Sudan who caused the suffering to them. When we were in the bush fighting South Sudan, liberating South Sudan itself, we were not fighting as Dinka. We were not fighting as Nuer. We were not fighting as Equatorian or as Sulu. We were fighting as South Sudanese together with our brothers from Nuba Mountains.
Yeah.
You know? So if the people of South Sudan were really interested that, okay, the government of Salva Kiir is misleading. Okay. Is the government, okay, if the government of Salva Kiir is bad, is the government of Salva Kiir also dividing you, the people of South Sudan?
Not at all.
Okay, some people may use now excuse that, okay, it is maybe Young Council of Elders. Young Council of Elders are responsible for your division of South Sudanese. No. If you, the people of South Sudan, unite and form, even this peace itself and form itself, suppose maybe you said, okay, let us unite under IO all together as people of South Sudan. And we speak one language. Okay, we need change. Okay, let us unite under one opposition. They refuse. How can you call change in the country, Agar? How can you call change in the country while you yourself, you don't change? How can you call change? You, Agar, or me, I call for a change in the country, but I don't change. It is wrong.
That's why.
So
That's what we are saying right now. That's what we are saying, because we are calling every day, every night, every month, every week. So people of South Sudan, they need to be united, and the government cannot come. It will not come and say, people of South Sudan, you need to be united. Is none of his business. But for us as people of South Sudan, we must come together and unite ourselves as one nation, one people.
Unite ourselves, and then people try to discuss if it means that the government is not working well, like the people say that, okay, the government is not working well, we find a solution. Okay, we go through we go through the ballot. Okay, if we go through the ballot, okay, if you choose also that you choose also violence, okay, you confront the government as people of South Sudan, not as tribes. You know, you confront, if you choose violence to be a solution for you, and then you confront the government as a one tribe with one agenda, as a one people of one nation, citizen of one nation, with the one agenda, with a vision of the country in the mind. But now people are just trying to say that we need change with a vision of the tribes in the minds. So can it bring any change?
No.
You know, we try to change. Now, if it is bad for me, I have to shout here, Salva Kiir must go. Salva Kiir must go. Me alone, as individual, alone. Salva Kiir must go. Me alone, Agar, can I do anything? Me alone.
You cannot.
I will be just shouting like a mad person, frustrated there, and then end up there. Only thing is the unity of the people. That is why we are talking to the people of South Sudan. Salva Kiir is not responsible for your division as the people of South Sudan. It is you, the people of South Sudan, who are causing suffering, prolonging suffering to yourself. You don't unite. Even in diaspora here, you go, you find some people who want to go for demonstration. They go demonstrate as a tribe. How can the international community listen to the voice of a tribe?
They cannot.
So, people, I am telling you that is why some of us, we are trying to call to the people that if you need a permanent solution to the people of South Sudan, to the country, let us come together. Forget these things of tribalism that, okay, this is who, this is who.
Okay.
Take Rwanda, take Rwanda, take Rwanda.
Let me cut you, Brother John, because we have our brother here, Manud Agil.
I'm even going
highly welcome to Lagos State Media. So we will give you a chance to speak, because we have been here with my brother John Ocheng. You welcome, my brother. You unmute yourself, or I will unmute you. Yep.
Yes, thank you. Do you hear me?
Yep, very clear.
We hear you.
Yes, I really I greeting you, Agar, and Brother Johns, and some others. I greet you guys all, and
we greet you too, my brother.
We greet also you.
That is a great discussion, guys. That is really great discussions. But in another way that we look at it again, without you from there, just take ourselves as the dignity of South Sudanese. I don't care where you're coming from, and we're sharing the idea what our country is really going through to. The some are mistaken by the government, and the some are mistaken by the people, like Brother John said. That is really definitely correct. In the same time, our government have a little hand in there. Like you guys touch everything, that how to step up, then you're creating the violence. And you can be give you tomorrow as the leaders of the army or whatever, ministers, because you're deserving by the violence. That is completely wrong by our government. And the truth can be said. Then the government have to fix it, that one over there. If I am mad with some reason the government, and I left, this is my responsibility. That is my responsibility, not everybody.
Let me check. I'm coming.
Another thing too, you guys can go back. The soldiers, the army, that is the problem, Brother Agar. Our brother soldiers, they were carrying the uniform, and it become a big problem. Why I say that? Because I am mad by my own self for some reason, whatever name it is, and I'm doing rebellion. Why are you guys coming after me? And you don't even have nothing to know about me. Why you come to give me a power for? That is me, mad to the government. That is wrong with our soldiers because they're carrying the uniform without don't know that uniform not belong to Kir Mayadi, the president kid. They not belong to Riek Machar. They not belong to other leaders. No, that uniform belong to Southern Sudan. You take that gun to defend your country. Now our soldiers are defending the individual. If a guard doing something wrong, then we all of us going to our guard. Without don't even know what's wrong with our guard. That is a big problem to our soldiers. And there is a lot of things that is wrong to our country. Becoming a troublist. That is not the government make you a troublist. You the one making a troublist by your own self as a community. You guys denying how to unite our own self. I'm repeating my brother John said anyway, because John touched everything. And then we as Sudanese, we never satisfied to talk anyway. I'm not supposed to talk. John touched everything around, including you and other somebody before. But we as Sudanese, we never satisfied the word calling. Let me adding my idea too. But your brother would send you ideas. The problem of Southern Sudan, guys, is really big. It's really, really big. Because since 1982 until now, we're educating our children with the wrong way, with the violent kid. The violent kid, because they don't even know nothing, just only the gun. Imagine 2 years, 3 years old baby cannot even afraid now the sound of the gun. Cannot even afraid at all. We mean these people become an animal. Animal. It's very hard. It's really hard to fix the problem. I just came recently. In Southern Sudan, guys, and I will leave. And I study, and I go all the way from where I born, and I come and watching the whole uniform people, and I come in the whole the countries, and all the leaders, everything. You cannot even add anything in South Sudan. You can be confused where to start. Believe me, you can be confused where to start at all. Because everywhere is all messed. Everywhere is a mess up. Everywhere is a mess up. Beginning from your state, your own state, leave the big government. They will not listen to you. And they are really doing the wrong things. Going to another state, the same thing. Going to a small village, the same thing. People become the animal. Animal don't even care for their own life. Like Southern Sudanese, they have the marketing to buy the life. You can see them. These people, they know where to buy the life because they don't even care about the life. And then when somebody died, they're crying. And you did it. You did it. Why I have to be going after somebody now? Why? Do I care? I care about my life. They no life over there. They're just running after somebody. And then they go to end up, die. Go to end up, violent to the country. Why we have to be a well-known because of the violence, guys? Why we have to be well-known because of the violence? And I will be stopped here. I have nothing to say it, and thank you guys. Keep preaching, but you know that your people are really hard to listen. They are really hard to listen. They don't even care about their own life. Please stop from
Thank you, Brother Manut. We thank you so much because you just came in from South Sudan. That means you are the one. You are the one who love your country, as people say that beloved. So you love your country. That's why you take your time and you came within the network, and we know all the difficulties over there. So we thank you so much for your input, and I will welcome our brother Jamal Abdulaziz. Welcome to Legacy Media, and I'm sure Maybe you are from Eastern African countries. Welcome.
Yes, thank you, the panelists, wherever they are. So I'm very green. Yeah, I'm very green to the topic. I don't know what was the topic about. So you should have to give me the hints. Yeah.
It's running there. It's running there. You can read it. Yeah. Okay. Let me unmute with Chang here because maybe it's going somewhere.
Anyway. Yeah.
Meanwhile, before Jamal come, Jamal is trying to maybe digest. If you can read the screen properly, Jamal, while you are reading the screen, let me say to my brother Manut a few words. And while you are reading the screen, because you come late. Sincerely, brother Manut, what you have said, it is even, some of us have not yet returned back home. And we have not yet even seen what is there. But your language is no different with the language of many people who communicated even to some of us. You have said, you have touched even everything. Start from your own. That is why we are talking to the people of South Sudan here. The dream we have, the picture of this tribe that we have, these are the dream of a long time ago. But today, if you go back home, the people even who will finish you, it is people from your own tribes, sometimes. So here, it is so much, especially that to the extent that we said before that let us go back first of all to the houses and to address like family issues. Like, for example, okay, let us go to the communities and address these community problems. And then while addressing the community, we educate them the meaning of coming together as South Sudanese, the meaning of respecting human life. But it is unfortunate, some few individuals will go back to the community and talk the meaning of violence, despite the fact that they are living in Western world, encouraging moral to the violence itself. That is not good. You know, the people in the country are really suffered. The people, like what you have said, that every state in Southern Sudan is having the same problem. For example, now, if you go to the state, especially, it become more worse to the nomadic people who have cattle, become more worse. That is why I was so much happy with Agar and Abraham when they opened Lake State Media, trying to advocate things, especially for the Lake. Because Lake State Media, Lake State has been really one of the area like Afghanistan. But I think this social media of yours has played a lot. I have seen it even, include even you manage even to bring some ministers from home to talk. And the message is reaching to many people back home. And this is what we need to people. Some of us also have the same things. This is what we need to people. That we create these things, we don't create them for violence. We should create them for advocating unity in the country and advocating peace and development. So the country is actually, we understand our people really hard-headed. They could not able to understand like Manut said. But the brother Manut, let me also assure you also, brother. We cannot give up. If you live in Australia or you live in the United States of America, you have seen what is taking place there. Problem happening every day. But the people are not giving up of talking. Let us keep talking. And also people like you who go back home and come back, you will be also feeding us, encouraging also a lot of information. We understand our people could not able to understand anything. Violence become for them already like a food. Killing a person is like killing a fly. And which is really, it is unacceptable. And that is why we are begging everybody who is living in diaspora, who have seen really the meaning of humanity, the meaning of life of human being. You have seen how people live here, how people live in Australia, how people live in Canada, how people live in Australia, in America, how people live in Europe. Those who have seen really should join hands together to become really peace advocate in the country. Should join hands together to become really advocate of the unity of the country. Let me tell you, Manut, if you go back to the history of Africa, when Africa was liberated from Britain, it was liberated by people, diaspora, people who came to study in America. You know, people who came to study in America. That was why John Garang was popular. John Garang met a lot of African leaders in the US. So most of those people, when they go back to Africa, they become liberators. But today, my friend, we live in diaspora. We go back to home there. We become tribalists. We become position takers, killers of our people. In the city, we become liberators, patriots. We don't have that things. Those of Uhuru Kenyatta, Kwangna Kuruma, whoever, all those African leaders who liberate Africa from British. Where were they? They went from Western countries. They were studying here. They did not even study to be doctors. They did not even study to be masters. They did not even study to be bachelors. Just only first degree. First degree, some only end up in the college. And when they go back home, they go and they change the mind of the people. But today, us, we study master degree, doctorate degree, with all this doctor degree, with all master degrees of ours, we go back home, we create problem, we do bad things to our people. We don't even become liberators. We become thieves. We become gangs in the country. Who are we really actually? Let us define ourselves. We diaspora. If we really want to really peace in our country, we have to be the role model to our people. We have seen life. You said by yourself. You said we said by ourselves. We are questioning those people. We said our people back home could not able to understand because they are not educated. Our people back home could not understand because they are poor. Our people back home can be bought by politicians because they are poor. What about you in diaspora? You are well educated. You are exposed to outside the world. And you have money. You are the one even sending money back home. Who bought you from those politicians? Who bought you? Who bought us from those politicians? We are educated than those people. Why don't we unite then? Those people are not united back home because you find literacy, people said it is 95%. Okay, our education in diaspora here, it is maybe 80%. Why don't we then reason? Yajama, tribalism controlling all of us. Tribalism controlling all of us. Controlling us with our education.
We are the one who's supposed to get rid of it.
Exactly. We are supposed to get rid of it with our education. But the tribalism become even a master degree on the top of the degrees that we have. So therefore, I really said, my dear brother, I will end up here. I will say it to Manut. Manut, you have gone. Maybe you are also listening around. I really appreciate what you have said. You encourage me really by saying that you go to the village. Forget about even the government. You go to the village. You go to the village alone, people are messing. Manut, you are talking like you are coming from my own place. This is the same language that you are talking, Manut, now. It is exactly like you are coming from some places like from my own place, in which some of us are even struggling to make peace within. Yajama. Let us try to be role models. Let us try to be role model by leading the country, by leading people together. Nuerism will not take us anywhere. Denkasm will not take us. Equatorianism, Shulukism will not take us anywhere, Yajama. All this tribe will not take us anywhere. You are educated from Nuer with a degree, with a master degree. And then you go back home, you are the same like a person who is not coming even to America, who don't even see the Western world. You are Monjang, you are educated. You come to Western world, you are being exposed. Well educated. You go back home, the same behaviors. You are Equatoria, the same behaviors. You are Tuluk, the same behaviors. Yajama. Why do we always allow tribalism, Ajabugulu Gebila, to control our education with our minds? This is a question to all of us. We need to come together. Thank you, Manut. You really encouraged me to say this word. You have encouraged me to say this word. Because when you mention, I pick a word, when you say that to these people back home, they are not even again bothered about that. It is exactly, Manut, this is exactly what people are even talking to some of us from home. It is exactly like when you go to the village, people are dying. And when a person dies, they cry. Why do you cry and you are the one who killed the person? Why do you
Thank you,
cry
Brother
and you are
John.
the one
Thank you,
encouraging?
Brother John. There are some people who
Thank
are
you.
coming up. Yeah.
Thank you.
So I will
Thank
welcome
you.
them.
Thank you. Welcome them.
Our uncle and our elder brother, Gung Majuk, you are highly welcome to Lagos State Media. But we will leave you behind, and then Jamal Abdelaziz,
Bye.
the chance is yours. Sorry for delaying you. Jamal. Jamal Abdelaziz, are you listening to us?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. It's good. John is talking the sense. Yeah. John is talking nice words from him. Yes. Hello. Are you getting
Yeah,
me?
go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, we are hearing you. Yep.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Thanks to the speakers who speak before me. They have a lot of information, but calling for peace start from us who have gone to school. But our qualifications is full of impunity. You are graduates, and then the same time you are tribalists. The level of South Sudan now, where it's heading, it's been initiated by those who call themselves their PhD holders, the masters holders, who are using a different narrative that if I'm from Dinka, I say I'm a Dinka. If I'm from Nuer, somebody say he's from Nuer. This narrative should not be encouraged. Another thing that peace should come when our vernacular radio station, community radio across South Sudan, should stage broadcasting discussing how people can coexist together. But that one is not there. People are just there, they have no access to information. People are capped in darkness. So that peace should not come. The disaster that has come, the level of the situation that where we are in South Sudan now, is worse than even the time we were fighting with Arabs. You know, during Arab time, we were there, we were born, we have food, we have education in our villages. Like me, I went to Mopodi. So our security was the best. But now, the politicians came in, divide community, fighting along each other. Like now in Lagos State, why are we fighting each other? And we have been there since. Nothing like that. But when this crew came in, the goons that call themselves politicians, divided along ethnic line, dividing people, so people can fight, and then they will be elected. Some of them are being appointed. They say that if you appointed me now president, the situation between this community and this community will finish because they will listen to me. Yet the situation is not there. What we need now is people to go back to agriculture. People cultivate their own food. If there's enough food, all these ethnic violence will not go. And then again, and number two, if anybody found that he was initiating conflict in the community, that person should be held accountable. If you are president or you are vice president, you will also be held accountable. And then my message is to two communities, the Dinka and Nuer. They should have also to know tyranny of numbers without plan is a waste. Our numbers now, Nuer and Dinka, if we are not taking care, Nuer and Dinka will be the slave in South Sudan in future. Because we are finishing each other. No kids going to school in Nuer land, in Dinka land. Leaders are there. Where the future belong?
They should have to come together across wherever the Nuer and Dinka intellectuals should have to come back and preach peace. Otherwise, even if you are from Nuer and Dinka, and these two people are still in power, and when they will go, their time will come, nobody will take you again, because we have spoiled our chance. We have led the country, the other one is president, the other one is vice, but the country is not progressing. Now, recently I saw the video of the pictures of Waniga. He built a very good house in his own village. His own village. That one has never been built in Akun, has never been built in Lair. Eh? And they are the same money that they were using. Do you think that who is the leader here? Eh? The future does not belong to you because you did not develop even. There is a time that God can call you and you will be taken to your village. Maybe you are going to be buried. And then people struggle even to get road. And you are vice president or you are president for 10 years. So peace will come when our leaders also are willing to accept their weakness and they live together. Forgiveness is there. Lack of political will is another factor between our leaders. And thanks.
Thank you, my brother Jamal Abdelaziz. I thank you for your input. And now we will go to our uncle and our elder brother also, Agweng Majuk. Welcome to Lagos State Media. Long time. I'm very happy to see you. Unmute yourself.
Thank you very much, Agar.
Long time. I'm very happy to see you.
Let me say thank you very much for welcoming me to the Lagos State Media platform. I salute all the audience of your platform and the media. I'm very delightful to be with you today, but I just came on the halfway. Maybe I'm not well informed with the topic that you are discussing. So can you walk me through, please, such that I can catch what you are talking about?
Okay. We will just go on maybe 1 second or 2 seconds. What we are discussing here is about war in South Sudan. Every time and then people can fight, whether IG itself or IO itself, people need to be fighting to get something that called leadership. That's the topic. And it's running down there. Thank you.
Okay. Are you hearing me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Loud and clear.
Thank you very much once again. Dear brothers and sisters, I salute you in the name of South Sudan, the home we are belong to. I will say what is going on in South Sudan could be a curse from God or could be something written in the face of South Sudan that we are going to suffer in that way. But once again, what I want to tell you is this. Let us not lose hope, because as long as we have got a country, still we have to hope that one day, one time, we are going to be okay. Even though we are suffering today, tomorrow will be better. I heard my brother Jamal and John was talking before Jamal.
The word unity is the most important thing in the human life. You know, guys, if you go to the world history, Europe used to be the bad place where the people never respect the so-called humanity. They were killing each other like a hell. But now Europe become the peacemaker place, the peacemaking people in the world. Because they test what they have done was wrong, and they regret, and they said, no, let us change the course. My brother John said a very good word, which I do really want to build upon it, which is the people in diaspora, as the South Sudanese in diaspora. We should be an example to our people back home. Because here in diaspora, if we unite and talk one language, that we are the Sudanese, South Sudanese, then our people back home will understand that the unity is very important. And by the way, the unity, the word unity, we can say, but if we don't work for unity, we will not achieve it. And we are not going to achieve it. But we have to work hard to get the unity, because everything needs effort. Nothing wrong with the tribe. I can be a Denka, you can be Nuer, you can be Chuluk, you can be a Nuak. But the tribalism is a disease. When you hate somebody because he's Nuer, that is bad. When you hate somebody because he's a Dinka, that is the worst part of it. But to be Anuak, the God created you to be an Anuak. Nothing wrong with it. But let us put in mind that the South Sudan is for all of us. If we don't unite, and if we don't work for unity, nothing will save us from the suffering. Another thing I want to say, most of the people, many times, they used to say the present government in South Sudan, they used to call it a Dinka government, which is really not true. The government in South Sudan is the government of South Sudan, which is led by the people who understand themselves to lead that country in the way they wanted it to go. This is what I can say. But when they start fighting over the post or the position, and one of them lost the position, he will run to his tribe and say, you know, because I'm a Dinka, that's why Nuer took the position, because they hate Dinka. And our people who are non-educated, because if we want to compare now the percentage of educated people in South Sudan, if I put 20%, which means that it is a lot. Believe me, brothers, we are still far behind to get through the simple thing like what we have now, social media. Nobody knows what is going around in South Sudan. No TV, no newspaper, no even a road to see the city, no light. And people say there, we want to build a unity. People are isolated in their area. They know themselves, these are the best people than the others. and we want to say that we want to unite. How we are going to unite, guys, and we don't meet? How we are going to build a unity and we don't find one another? This question is going to all of you and answer it. If you ask me how, let us start from the diaspora, because we have got resources. We have got the social media, we have got a telephone, we have got all the resources of communication. Let us talk peace, let us talk unity, let us do it. For example, I was shocked one time in 2012, I went home after 30 years. When I landed in Juba, I couldn't find a person whom I know. I went to the hotel in the morning. When I wake up from the hotel and I came to the shop, I met my friend. He's from Nuer. He was the first person I met. We hug one another. How are you? How are you? Long time, more than 30 years, we never meet. So we went hanging around in the town, and in the evening, I came back to the hotel. He said, no, don't spend the night in the hotel. Come home. I went home to his house. We stayed there, two, three. One of my uncle was looking for me. He called me, said, where are you? I said, I'm with my friend. Who is your friend? I said, one of my friends from Nuer. He said, are you sure? Are you talking really? I said, what? He said, why do you have a friend of Nuer? I say, is Nuer not a friend? He's a South Sudanese. He said, no. We don't friend Nuer here in Juba. I said, that is you, but not me. And there, I asked him, that is you, not me, but you are working in a police force, no Nuer there? He said, yes, there are Nuer, we are working together, but we are not friends. Look, guys, such a thing, it happened down there. It happened down there. Our people really, they've got a mentality of tribalism, but what is going to break it? What is going to break it is an ideological. If we believe in ideological, political affiliation that we all believe, I will have a friend from Normally. I will go and support him to come from there, and he will come and support me in Warab to come from there. And then when we come and meet in Juba, in Parliament, we will talk our politics. And this politics become the unity of the people of South Sudan. But the tribe, like my brother John said, tribe is really not going to unite us, or tribalism is a disease that's killing South Sudan. This is a few words I can say, but as we are speaking now, what are we going to do to solve that problem? Let us put away the hatred word. When I'm talking, if I get upset to Agar, I will talk to Agar. Agar, you discourage me. But I will not say, you Agar, you because you are from Agar, that's why you discourage me because I am from Lodj. That's wrong. So look here, what I put a barrier. But if I'm talking to John, my brother, what you said is not good with me. What's wrong? What I did wrong? You did this and that and that. Oh, sorry. I don't mean that. Look here, there is a song of what? Of communication. Take and give. And then understanding is coming from there. So, brothers, let us work hard toward the cause of unity. Because fighting is not going to solve or is not going to put us ahead. Whatever we kill one another, no one is going to win the war. But let us stick on our bad peace, because there is no bad peace. As long as the gun is silent, we can make it good. This is in my conclusion what I want to say to each and every South Sudanese. The bad peace which is there now, let us support it, because as long as the gun is going to be silent and we don't want, like yesterday when I heard that our brother in Iowa they fight, I never celebrate that, because I'm not going to celebrate the war which is killing my people, because these are the brother killing the brother.
Yeah.
We want them, we need them. We want to be together in South Sudan to build a nation that will stand firm among the sister nation. So let us, all of us, stop the hatred word, especially we in diaspora. We in diaspora, we have got the resources of building the relationship better than those at home. Agar?
Thank you. Our elder brother and our uncle at the same time. Agung Majuk, we thank you so much for your encouraging words. And I hope you guys are listening to him according to all the advices that he have been giving us tonight in Australia and this morning in USA and Canada and back home is afternoon. So we thank you so much, Uncle Agomajuk. And now our viewers, we thank you so much for this show. For this night is just 2:30 for me here in Adelaide, and for some people like our uncle and our elder brother Agong Majuk is 3 a.m. in the morning in Australia. So I will urge you, all of you, those who are not able to attend this show, I will apologize to you guys if you don't know how to come in. You will join us next time, and I will provide 3 minutes for each one, those who are in the studio with us. I will start with our brother, John Ocheng. 3 minutes.
Okay. Thank you, Agar. That is what we have already. Criticism cannot solve anything anymore. We have already too much criticism for all these years. People criticize. Criticism cannot bring any solution. So it is time now for us to talk a solution. And what is that solution? The solution is of understanding ourselves. If I respect you, Agar, I don't think that I will be having that gun of killing you. I don't think that I will be having that courage of killing Majok. If we know each other, So, and then we in diaspora, we are the true people, real actually, who can try to set example to people back home. I give you the history of people who came here a long time ago, and they go back home as celebrators of Africa. We should be like those people. And John Garang is one of them. John Garang came here. When he go back home, he transformed. The country that we have today because of his vision. So I only emphasize. The day before yesterday, I make a show, and I was shouting there. I was even shouting that I need this shouting of mine to reach to Lake State media, to reach also to other state to other social medias. Because through social media, we shall be able to have a strong campaign of unity. When we come together, it's not only here alone. If somebody do a show also somewhere, and he can also allow people. Sorry.
Bless you.
He can also allow people to come inside to contribute ideas. Will be so much better. So what I can say, Agar, my word is just only that, brother, you are an activist. together with this of Abraham, together with the rest of the people. And there are so many activists also outside there around the social medias. Let us try to preach the word of unity. Let us preach the word of unity. Unity, if we preach the word of unity, our people back home, they are listening. Some people are listening. Unity is the only solution that can remove the people of South Sudan from the suffering. But as long as we are dividing, even so many agreements will be signed, it will not be a solution to the people of South Sudan. The solution to the people of South Sudan, it is only the respect of human life. Let us respect human life, advocating for respect of human life. South Sudan is a country, is one of a member of international community. We should be the people to promote that unity. So I'm going to end up here. I will just say that unity is the only way forward. Tomorrow, Agar and Abraham, I'm calling all other activists also. And many of them respond positive. I will be having tomorrow a show in the same things like Eastern Equatorial State Media. If you have access there, I need all the activists around the globe. Let us come together, people. Let us forget talking about promoting the things of the tribe. Because we are fueling also problem back home. When we are talking in the social media and we are talking about the tribes and all of this, it is affecting people back home. Let us use social media to address issues. We have so many issues, especially for we people of cows. We have issue of cows. People are dying of cows several times. A lot of people are being killed. A lot of people will lose because of cows problem back home there. For example, I can give you example like Lake State is one of the example. Eastern Equatoria is one of the example. The state where I come from. These are some of the areas. Bentiu is one of them. These are some of the areas where there is a cows. There's also too many problems because of the cows problem. People are raiding cows and people are shooting themselves. They don't even care. The government doesn't even care. Let us try to advocate all these type of things of bringing unity to the people. And Agar, sincerely speaking, I don't have access to your governor of Lake State, the new governor. Well, I greet him for me. My friend, greet him for me, really. I love that guy so much. The way he tried to settle things in Lake State, it make me really to be really jato. I wish if I was from Lake State, I will be so much happy. So I need you together with the rest members. You support that guy through social media, support, mobilize him, mobilize people behind him. So I will end up here and let us try to champion about unity of the people of South Sudan. It is the solution to the problem of South Sudan. If the people of South Sudan don't want unity, then they don't want solution. Because the suffering of the people inside the suffering of the people of South Sudan, it is the people of South Sudan who create the suffering to themselves, not the leaders. Not the leaders. So that is all. Thank you so much, Agar.
Thank you, Brother John Ocheng. Thank you so much. And all the viewers, we thank you all, wherever you are tuning in. That thing you have been saying, Brother John, thank you so much. And all this unity among us as South Sudanese people is not belong to one person. We all need to be preaching about it. And to be preaching about it also does not mean to mention one tribe and you put a blame on him or on them or on her. We will come together as one people, one nation, and we say, Agar, your leadership has been for all this time or for all this period, and nothing we have achieved as South Sudanese. But if I say as Equatorian or as Dinka, and you say, or Rumbek, as you mentioned earlier, Agar, you are from Rumbek, and Rumbek people, you guys, you don't deserve leadership anymore because this and this and this and this. That means you are creating something else. You are not uniting people of South Sudan. If we are there to unite people of South Sudan and we really care for them, we will come together as our elder brother Bajok said it. We need to come together and we say, man, this thing is not moving us forward. And we must listen to that. We must listen to our people, not individual. So thank you, my brother John Ucheng, and I will give another 3 minutes to our elder brother, Wung Majok.
Thank you very much, Agar and John Uchang, and the rest whom might have just left before me. My sincere thanks will go to Lagos State Media because really the team of Lagos State Media, Agar, Madid, Isaac, you set a good example because your media or your platform does not discriminate, which is really, I like it from you and I want to thank you for that. Keep on, keep up, and we will appreciate you. All the good things said by my brother John, nothing much left to add, but to encourage all people of South Sudan. Guys, we have a country. We have our flag among the country of the world. It is there forever. No one is going to remove it. But the bad country, we are going to make it better. If it is bad today, we have got a bad country. Let us always hope for the best. And let us put what we call the unity. And let us put it this way. It is not the unity of a man and a donkey. Let us unite as a people. And thank you very much. We, the diaspora people, please, let us unite together and talk together. Let us differ, let us talk, let us exchange our viewpoint. We will reach the destination. Thank you very much, Agar.
Thank you, Agar.
Thank you, Uncle, and thank you, Brother John, and all the rest, those who have joined us in the panel and those who are putting their own comments on the screen and those who are watching in different places. We thank you all, and God bless our nation, which is South Sudan, with our leaders. And God bless Lagos State Media. Thank you, guys. So this is the end of our show, and we will meet again wherever we are, wherever you are.